Hello again. For this video, I'm going to have a look at a quiz that I posted on my Great Ideas for Teaching Marketing website. This is actually a member-only quiz, but I thought it was very helpful to share. So this is at times when students come to you and ask, what area of marketing should I go into? Because there's a lot of diverse choices, and students are typically more suited for some areas of marketing than others. So I've put this quiz together. So this is how it looks on the website itself, and there's some instructions there for the educator. There's some links. I'll go through them in a moment. Generally, there's an introduction for students, and then we come down to all our questions, and they're being presented in a trade-off situation, so they really have to think about what they need to do, and they score each one on a scale, a 5-point scale from 0 to 4. I'm using that because there are multiple dimensions, high or low scores all the way through. So I prefer to learn through cases, stories, examples, or I prefer to learn through data and facts, and they can then pick something in the middle or towards one end, etc. So there's 40 questions all the way down. So that's on the website. There's a link there that lecturers can download the printout for students. So this is the printout. As you can see, there's 7 pages there, and you would print this out and give this to students. They've got instructions there. I like quizzes, I hate quizzes, and a bit of information, and then they simply go through and put that all together. Now, for scoring, there are a couple of ways of doing it. So in the website, if you remember, you can go to the scoring key, and it gives you the steps, what you do, and the recommended approach is to use an Excel template, or there is a manual scoring sheet, which will take longer because the students have to work it out. So if they're doing it manually, they would fill in something like this. Question 1, whatever their score is, could be a 3, could be a 2, 3 and 3, could be a 2 there, I meant. So for each question, they might have to do it more than once, and that's because there's multiple underlying dimensions. So this would take a bit longer, and then they have to work through the calculation. There's an example calculation. This person got 12 in column A, which was this one here, added up all the A's, and then B, C, and D, and then they work out the calculation, and they work out their profile. Okay, so it's the longer way. The Excel is a much faster way. So this looks like this, where they just enter their scores, and as they do so, I don't need to enter them all, but I will just go through very quickly. If a student makes an error and tries to put a 5 in, it's going to say it doesn't work. And once they've done that full column, it says, yes, everything's entered. So then they would go through and enter over and over. So I'm just going to pause the video while I enter some data. So I've just entered some random data that doesn't mean a lot. But as you can see, we've got 4 yeses. And once we've got all 40 scores, we can just click on that. And when you click through, you'll find that the career profile has been populated. There's a main profile, and there's a second profile, which would be the second choice. As you can see, on the left-hand side, we have preferred traits. So there's 10 always listed. As you can see, there's 10 listed there. There might be some overlap because this is a similar profile. There are 24 different profiles in total, but obviously for the same person, they're going to have some traits in common. But generally, between 2 students, they're going to be quite different. And then on the right-hand side, in both cases, I've listed some suggested career pathways. So this person here is certainly a sort of a writer type person. So copywriting or social media content or communications, possibly even into qualitative research or creative type roles. And their second choice would be more into the strategy type area. Okay, so that's how it all works. If I go back, the lecturers or the educators can download these profiles. All 24 are listed there, so all the way through. But in the Excel file, they're populating automatically. Okay, so please check it out. It's a pretty good quiz. Very handy for when students come to you and say, hey, what should I be doing? What's the ideal career pathway for me?